Truthfully this time. I am a woman's rights and I have as much muscle as any man and can do as much work as any man. I've plowed and reaped and husked and chopped and mowed, and can any man do more than that? Sojourner Truth, Women's Convention, 1851, as reported by Marius Robinson. And ain't I a woman? Not a whisper, not a plea, but a thunderclap from the lips of a woman who had been bought, beaten, and broken and survived. Sojourner Truth stood up in 1851 in a hall built for white women's voices, and she spoke louder. The world remembers her cry, but does it remember her real voice? Her real voice, not the one reconstructed in cartoonish southern drawl, not the one caricatured into minstrel performance by white abolitionist Frances Dana Barker Gage. Gage meant well, but good intentions still pain when they overwrite your truth. Sojourner was born in New York, her native language Dutch. She never spoke the halting English that Gage pounded out in ink. She spoke plain with purpose, with the strength of a woman who'd borne 13 children and seen most of them sold away. She said, I could work as much and eat as much as a man when I could get it, and bear the lash as well, and ain't I a woman? Only once one burning barbed question that threw the ceiling wide open, and yet they softened her, distorted her brilliance, for a black woman sounding wise was more dangerous than one sounding broken. This was not an editorial decision, it was erasure. It told black women then and now, even in freedom movements, your voice must first pass through a white mouth before it is worth hearing. But Sojourner never waited for permission. She made space with nothing but truth. She spoke of work, pain, motherhood, the whip, the silence, the divine. She said, I had borne 13 children and seen most all sold off to slavery. And when I cried out with a mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. Can you imagine the fire it takes to say that out loud in a room that barely thinks you're human? That's the spirit of Juneteenth, not just the celebration of emancipation, but a declaration that freedom must be demanded, even after the chains fall. Because freedom is not the lack of captivity, it's the presence of justice. I carry Sojourner with me. I'm Latina and I understand what it means to live on the borders of what's acceptable for my people, to speak and to be told to soften, to write and have my reality edited for comfort, to walk into rooms where my story is too complex to be convenient. But Sojourner reminds me that truth doesn't ask to be palatable, it demands to be heard. Juneteenth is not merely about remembering freedom, it's about dwelling in it daily, in every room, especially those not built for us. So in her very own words, I ask, can any man do more than that? And in mine, I say, we can, we will, we already are. Let us speak and let the world at last listen, truthfully this time.